Today we're here to talk about financial coaching. Now, it's the new year, it's the new beginning, and a lot of times people struggle with how to get themselves on track, how to create a budget. And, you know, with the way the economy is, so many people are in debt, and you don't have to be. There are options out there. Sometimes it's just a matter of planning properly. And a lot of people, including myself, I used to do it myself, live paycheck to paycheck. And at the end of the day, you're kind of guessing what the next bill is going to be or how it's going to be paid. Right now, I can say that I know what my bills are, and they're planned out to the end of the year. And when emergencies come up, I'm able to juggle it, move things around, and make it work. And I want to share that same possibility with you, that things don't have to always be cutting corners and just making things work. Sometimes we have to get creative. I went from a time where I was working, making excellent money, excellent commissions, and then all of a sudden we had no commission anymore. Well, my commission was half my check. How was I going to survive? My bills didn't go away. My commission did. And I stuck it out. I was there for 3 years. And hoping that the commission structure would change, that the economy would pick up. Never did. Eventually they did layoffs, and I moved on and went somewhere else. But during that time, I got pretty creative, and I have to say my bills got paid. I did things that, I didn't necessarily want to do. Took spare jobs, side jobs, worked a little harder, but I got creative. Sometimes people don't think outside the box, and they just go and get themselves a part-time job for extra money, making minimum wage, and you're going to work so many hours to make such little money. So let's start out by talking about what can you do to make extra money? Well, for myself, I looked at what do I know? What am I good at? What is my experience? Before doing coaching, I've worked in financial for, since 94. So I have a lot of experience in finance, ranging from fraud to investigations to collections to banking, full spectrum. Okay, so I would consider myself somewhat of an expert in that field. How can I use that? Well, I've done, some side jobs for helping people write budgets. I have helped people get their business finance in order. I have worked with people to brainstorm, come up with how to make extra money. And I realized there's a lot of things out there that I can charge at a consulting rate as opposed to $8 an hour. An area that I worked in was in financial law, in judgment recovery. I know how to locate assets and seize assets. Not something I enjoy, but I know how to do. So I did some per diem work for a few different attorneys' offices and trained them to get their skills up. So now you add the word training to it, and I've increased my salary again. So while my salary was cut in half, I found ways to do some side jobs to make some money. House sitting. You're not doing anything. You're helping out, you're watching some animals, maybe sleeping in a different place, but, let's be real, it's not hard work. And you're paid for just sleeping in a different bed. Paying some animals some attention, which if you like animals, it's great. There's a lot of options out there, and just simple things that people overlook. What you have to do is really look inside yourself and see what you're good at. Everyone's different. I can tell you what worked for me, I can tell you what I did, but is that going to really help you? I mean, you have to be able to think about what your experience is. Maybe you have an excellent ability at baking. Do you want to maybe help out and cater some parties? I'm sure your hourly is going to be a lot better than working in a retail store for, $7 an hour or whatever the minimum is in your area. Are you good at drawing? Can you help somebody maybe design their logo for their website? Well, people are going to pay money for that. What are you good at? Something that I do now as a coach is start to explore and really learn who you are and find out ways that you can make money. So you might be thinking to yourself, I don't have money to pay a coach. But with the money you pay the coach, you'll more than double making it back because of all the ideas we're going to come up with, the plan. Sometimes that's what you need. You just need a plan to get out of this rut that you're in. You see all these possibilities out there, but you don't know how to get to them. As a coach, I can help you get through those humps in the road where you're feeling stuck. I want to talk about credit too, just briefly. If you have the cash, why are you putting it on your credit card? That's my first question. If you have the cash sitting right there in your budget, don't put it on the card. You're spending more money putting it on the credit card. Yeah, it's nice to have the cash in your pocket, but where are you at the end of the day? You're sitting there with another bill to pay. Think about something before you charge it. Is this something that a year from now you want to look back at and know that you paid all that extra money in finance charges? I mean, do you know what your finance charge is on your credit card? Some finance charges are up to 27%. Do you know how much you can pay additional over a period of time unless you pay your balance in full every month? Let's be real. This economy, who's paying their bill in full every month? Very few people. There's a lot out there that can help you get out of the situation that you're in. I work with my clients to get them out of debt, but I'm not an attorney. I'm not here to give you legal advice. I'm just simply here to tell you that there's possibilities, that you can write a budget, that you can explore a new career, new opportunities, some side work, find ways to make extra money if you have to, budget yourself. Do you really need to buy all the things that you're buying? How much are you spending at Starbucks? Are you going to Starbucks every single day? Well, at the end of the month, could that have maybe been a payment that you could have taken care of a bill? Think about it. You have to think about where your money is going. That's why you need a budget. Putting a budget on paper and winging it every week, that's not a budget. I'm talking long term. You need to know at the end of this year, where are you at? How much money do you have saved? Are you prepared for any kind of emergencies that come up? These are the things you need to think about. If your car goes in the shop tomorrow, can you fix it? Or are you living paycheck to paycheck? Because you don't have to. I've worked with clients that thought that they were living above their means and that they couldn't afford things. But once we sat down and they saw it on paper, they realized they were just spending money without even thinking about it and not looking at their bills. You need to see how much money you have left over in the end to see what you need for spending money. This is what I recommend. If you're interested in setting up a coaching session, definitely give me a call. You'll be able to see my website down at the bottom. You can give me a call, 347-913-5433, or shoot me an email. Ask your questions on here. If you have a question, feel free to post it, and I'll be glad to respond to you. Again, I'm not here to give legal advice. I'm simply here to get you in order. This is a new year. It's a new beginning. You have endless possibilities. It doesn't have to be this way. And that's what I want to let you know. So hopefully I'll hear from you. Post your questions, ask questions, and let's make this new year 2013 the best year ever. Good luck.